Hey, welcome back to another episode of Tune Quest. So the other day I checked out the FKJ and Yusuf Days live from the Greenhouse session, and honestly I don't know why it took me so long to check this out because I love both of these musicians. They're honestly two of my favorites. It's such a funky session, but there was one song in particular that really stood out to me with this really funky piano groove going on, and I think it's called Can Putanam, but I'll play a section for you here so you know what we're dealing with. Okay, so naturally when I heard this, I was like, what is that? That's so funky. I need to know what's going on here. And that's a really great instinct to have, by the way. Whenever you hear something that feels and sounds good and makes you think like, what is that? You need to like pursue that, you know what I mean? That's your musical curiosity and your taste. And when you do that, you're going to acquire musical skills and information that is based on your taste, and that will inform your own style and your own sound as a musician. But that's just a side tangent. Let's check out what's going on here, right? So it kind of goes like this. Okay, so it goes like that, right? Let's take a look at the left hand first. We start with this shape here. This is what we call a rootless voicing because the root isn't present. The root is a B flat and we don't have it here. And we know it's a B flat when FKJ comes in with that bass groove. Okay, the bass is always a great reference point for the root. It's most often playing the root of the chord. So whenever you're learning music by ear, aim for the bass to give you the grounding of what the chord might be. Okay, so we have these notes here. Okay, A flat, C, D flat, and F. This is, by the way, a D flat major 7 chord, just in its middle inversion. I call it the middle inversion because you've got that crunchy minor second interval right in the middle. Okay, so that's the first shape, and then the next shape is this. So the thumb stays there on the F, and then the other notes come to here, B, D flat, and E flat. Okay, and this is, by the way, another rootless voicing, but it's actually a D flat dominant 7 chord. Okay, because that's the root, and then the next shape is this. So this is a G flat major 7. And then we go to an A major triad. Okay, so, and by the way, that comes in slightly before the beat. It's anticipated, right? You know what I mean? It's like an upbeat. It's played like that, right? You know what I mean? It's anticipating the beat, and that's a big part of groove, right? So that's the left hand. Let's take a look at the right hand. Can you see this? Yeah. It's mostly using the B flat pentatonic scale of B flat, D flat, E flat, F, A flat. So we start with our middle finger on F, and we alternate between the F and the A. The A is being played by the fourth finger. Once, twice, and then we descend. F, D flat, B flat, crossover, A flat, flick, land. That flick is between the D flat and the E flat. So, okay, and then alternate between those two notes, flick between E flat and F. A flat, B flat, and then it does that. Da, da, da. Okay, that was a bunch of just notes and information. So let me reference it with the left hand. So we start with the first idea. That holds a bit, and then right, A flat, B flat, flick between those two notes again, and then this. Just a fast, like, up, and then down, and then both hands land on that A major. And then A flat, little flick thing here between the G flat, down to the A. D flat, A, D flat, A flat. Okay. Let me play that as slowly as I can. And then the second time. Okay, so same alternating thing, but this time it goes up and then descends. Descends that pentatonic scale. Lands on D flat. And then it does that. Okay, so F, E flat, A flat, B flat. So, yeah, that was just a bunch of notes and information. So I apologize if that was like a little bit all over the place. So let me just play that second part slowly. Okay, so that's kind of like how you play it. Let's talk about what we can do with the left hand if you want to add some bass. So yeah, you could just play these root 5 octave 5 arpeggios. So we would start on the B flat, right? And then that would go up to the D flat, which we would go up to the G flat, would go up to the A. Okay, so with the melody, I'd say it's actually better to kind of use this as a kind of playground to improvise with the B flat minor pentatonic scale. And to make it easy on yourself, you could just hold the roots. And maybe try get a little bit rhythmic on it. When you go to the A major chord, you can't really use that B minor pentatonic scale. It's not super good. No, it's not that good at all. You would use the A major pentatonic scale. A, B, C sharp, E, F sharp. Okay, I'm just sitting here and grooving. I'm sorry. You know, after teaching it, I don't know if this was such a great tutorial. But that's kind of like how you play it. Yeah. You know what? Working on some groove with this would be great, I reckon. That would be a good use of this quest. Especially with the left hand, like when you've got this root 5, octave 5 shape in the left hand, you can get a lot of groove mileage out of it. You can go I mean, it would require a little bit of hand independence, but this might be a great way to train that. Okay, I mean, once you have the shape, you can go and when you're doing this kind of bass stuff, try to make the notes staccato. You know what I mean? Maybe hold the first one and then staccato the other ones. So with the melody, okay, that will be the end of the tutorial. I'm sorry if this was like not the best tutorial, but I don't know. Once I got into it, I felt like it was actually not so easy to teach. But yeah, let me know how I went and how you went. Leave a comment, like the video, join Keyboard Wizardry, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.